Hi, Hi,
Good
Scott.
morning.
I'm sitting in Texas, and I'm going to declare tariffs on Wisconsin stuff.
You don't want any craft beer down there?
No, I don't drink beer anyway, so why do
Oh.
I care?
Tear, what else we can tear up? Tear up the cheese? No more cheese curds?
We won't send you any more dust or cactuses. So.
Crazy, crazy. Morning, Jeff.
Hello, everybody that's called in. I said hi to Linda because she came in real early.
So you had the idea to start out with a
Yes,
4-week card throw.
yes, we are going to.
Try to see if we can get any energy of how crazy it's going to get, or we're going to have some calm.
What we're going to do is see, panic now, panic later, but I'm not going to do that to my bunny cards. Which cards am I going to use? I'm going to use these guys. You want to do a card a week or 2 cards a week?
I don't know. For some reason, my guys are telling me I'm going to do 3.
Do what?
I'm going to do 3 per week.
Okay.
It just seems like I get more information and understanding from 3 for me.
Okay. Okay.
Morning, Linda, Sandra. Oh, from the UK. Cool. I've seen that, CC. Automakers may have to lay off people. These tariffs hit.
Mm-hmm.
4 week.
Okay.
Next week. Okay. Engagement. I got some pretty good cards for this week.
Really? Yeah, I got the devil reversed.
So I get the 2 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands. So the 2 of Cups feels like there could be some engagements and some kind of progress made with intelligence.
Okay.
I mean, this feels like behind the scenes to me. This doesn't feel like 45's leadership. I will not call him 47. But there's some movement on partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with the chaos 45 doing. I think there's something happening behind the scenes that we don't know about yet. It's going to be quiet, but there's some destiny coming in here that's good news in the future.
Cool. Okay, my week starts with the devil reversed, meaning this is a lot of smoke and mirrors, guys. This is a lot of your 3-year-old stomping their feet and saying they're not going to do what they're not going to do, or they're going to do something horrible, or they're like the little kid that runs away with their suitcase and gets to the end of the drive. You got a lot of that energy because the real money people, the real Knight of Coins, are not going to put up with um, the chaos and stuff. And in this particular deck, the image on this card, it has 2 horses fighting behind the knight. They're really up and pawing at each other, like if you ever see wild horses fight. Um, and the thing is that and I'm glad this card showed up, faith. We need to have a stronger faith within ourselves. Yes, you can say this is hideous stuff, and yes, it's going to hit us one way or another, but we need to express more faith and overall humanity and tie into that image. And I know hope is the hardest commodity in the world right now, but we need to have more faith in our fellow persons. And but they're just it's a snake oil show, and they're having something new every single day to upset us. And maybe I'm so old, I remember when news used to happen at 6 in the evening, and then the rest of the day was quiet. um you didn't get it 24/7, and you didn't get outrageous crap 24/7. We did in 1979, which was, if go watch a documentary on that year. But so this week, I think it's gonna we're gonna see the devil, but the best way to deal with them, if with personally, is to reverse him and not pay much attention. Try to get into your own faith, and this is their game, is to get us off our spiritual self. Okay, that's my next week.
There you go. Stay focused.
Yeah.
Ignore the chaos. Nothing happens immediately. Everything's long-term junk.
And unless your whole diet is nothing but eggs, you're okay.
Screw that.
True that.
Okay. My guys are telling me something big's happening. Before I even threw this, I told you in text that I feel something big happening
Next week.
And I think this is true with these cards: Hierophant, Moon, and 10 of Swords.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah. I'm seeing there's going to be a shakeup within our government. And there's illusion and fear with the Moon, but there's hidden motives. And the 10 of Swords is a crisis.
It's a culmination of a lot of stress.
Yeah.
All those words got to come from somewhere.
This feels like a downfall. You know, like the start of the downfall of what's going on now.
Right. Okay.
You want to say it there?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, I got another knight. Knights always mean lots of movement. Got the Knight of Swords, which is a lot of conflict. And then the 9 of Swords, which is stress being relieved. Something's going to happen that's going to make us have some hope. And it's got to do with someone giving and sharing. It's the 6 of coins. It doesn't necessarily have to be money or coins. It can also be things of value. So this may be when we start to see other countries coming in and putting pressure on our industrialists. I mean, trust me, if I was running a business, well, I run a business. I run y'all. But if I ran a big business out there, I'm so glad all my gardens are sold. I don't have any more stock. But I think there's something's going to happen in the middle of this week that's going to cause us to catch our breath.
Yeah, it feels like the good government, not the chaos. The Moon government could be behind the scenes too.
That's always, I had a hillbilly deck, and the Moon was the outhouse. It's where you put everything you don't want everybody to see. That was the Moon card.
Okay, third week of February, I get the 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and 7 of Swords. Okay, we got 3 of Pentacles is cooperation, training and learning. It can be teamwork. Ace of Cups is something good coming in, creative beginnings. And then the 7 of Swords is a strategy, a betrayal, evasion of problem. What does that mean? There could be paperwork, indictments or something, possibly. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it, but
who's going to indict him?
True, but there's other
they could be
paperwork.
Indicted outside the U.S.
I've been sensing shadow government stuff. So I mean, there still reports supposed to be coming out whether he likes it or not with the interference, but it feels like something comes out. It's good on betrayal. 45's betrayal or something.
Right.
So we may hear information, good information.
Mm-hmm.
The words on the card here also say something about thwarting an enemy's cunning ways.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like it. Three of Pentacles is like tangible stuff, you know, like
Right.
paperwork or, you know, doing good things. So I expect something tangible come on the third week.
It's going to be deep because the High Priestess is something we have not been able to see. Totally. It's going to come out, and it's going to come out in a positive way in movement because I don't think I've ever laid a thing where I've gotten almost all the knights in one reading. And this is the Knight of Wands, and he's the one that's with business and that sort of stuff. And it shows someone casting off the burden of the weight that someone's putting on them. The Ten of Wands is, when the Ten of Wands is reversed, it means you're really done with the burdens you've been carrying. So something's going to be revealed so we can become unburdened. So that's the third week of February.
Oh, good. The last week of February, Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Ace of Wands. Five of Cups, loss and grief and despair. It could be a breakup. So a breakup with bravery and courage coming in with the Knight of Swords. Some powerful changes, and then good energy of the Ace of Wands. A new cycle comes in.
Mm-hmm.
These feel like disruptive changes, and you know, there's some losses here, like physical losses. It feels like. It feels chaotic, but it's a good new cycle.
Well, if it's not chaotic, how is it going to fight the cycle it's against?
It's like, you know, to me, it feels almost like a tower.
Mm-hmm.
Those two together, but it brings in new change.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
I got the King of Cups is pissed. He's not in good stead. Stuff they thought was flying towards them that they thought they had the motion on is stopping. The Eight of Wands upside down. And they found out that they're not the magician they thought they were. So I think you're right about things. The third week being the best week for us. And then we got to see how they shake out from that. Because, you know, nothing happens immediately.
Right. Well, I got that Hierophant in the second week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think orders come in the week after.
And you guys have to realize that during the time frame we're talking about, as I get my camera back to me, it's budget season, guys. And this is the budget that everyone has been putting off and getting extensions on and stuff. I don't think he can't blame it on the Congress. What's going to happen is the only way to get a budget through Congress, because the Republicans are so split on how they want to spend the money, that the only hope they have of getting the number of votes they need, because their margins are so small. Also, I don't know if you noticed it, but in Ohio over a month ago, they filled a congressional seat with an election, and the Dem won in a Republican district by 15 points. Last week, there was a special election in Iowa, and I think the person I don't know what happened to the person that had the Republican that won, that couldn't fill it out, but they had another election, and the Democrat won by 20 points. And Trump had won that district by 20 points, and this guy won it by 25. So that's a 25-point swing in 2 months in a very red Republican district, and there was no
+3. It was the same. It was the same prediction that pollster
had said.
had
Yeah,
said.
her numbers are all coming through.
So he won, or the guy won by 3%,
Mm-hmm.
in a +15 Trump district.
Mm-hmm.
But there was only, it's a special election, so only like 20% came out.
Yeah, but usually in those, that's when the Republicans get them out.
Right. I mean,
So,
it wasn't full participation, but the data shows that, I can't remember her name right now, but she was, in that instance, she was correct with her prediction.
Their numbers aren't numbering. So those two people are in there now. And remember, like the Republicans had like a 5-point margin or something, a 5-point vote, 5 votes was their margin. Well, now those two, so now they're down to 3, and Stefanik's going to leave and go take off, and they're saying up where she is in New York, it looks good for a turn. So the Democrats could have the Congress back, but that's could have, would have, should have. They still have to come up with a budget. And, if they pass it by enough, and they could, if the Republicans who don't think Trump's doing the right thing vote with them, and the Dems vote, and Mike Johnson doesn't care what happens to his butt. I mean, he can sit here and say, well, I'm not going to let this go through. But he has to. I mean, at some point, they have to. And there's no way Trump can say, well, I'm going to create money. He can't create money. So Sean saw for a long time that I kept telling him, Andre says, March is really going to be rough. And what's all this? And he said, oh, that's the budget. He looked at the whole timing of what astrologers have said on their charts. And he goes, that's the budget. So you want to see if it's going to pass?
Yeah, let's see.
I'll use money cards for passing the budget because it's.
Can they delay it again?
No, they're at the end.
Well, it doesn't look good then. My toss. The Democrats come into a proposal and there's more chaos and conflicts. Then I get the Sun card.
Mm-hmm.
There's more fighting because I get my darkness and then illusions is illusions along with the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
So it will show more chaos within the Republican Party. And dark fights. The Queen of Coins comes in, so that can be the budget. Money problems, and then my Hermit card, which is coming in as obstacles. It's like they're fighting over slashing money.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
don't know
what Trump wants to do to give the tax things he wants to give the rich people. They have to bust the budget ceiling again, our debt limit again. And that's where the Republicans are split. You've got the folks who said, no, we're not giving our debt limit to the bazillionaires. And you've got the faithful, the really nuts. What I see is we're not going to have a budget on the 13th or the 14th.
Well, that's what my cards are saying. That's what I'm worried about.
They're not willing to do the work, because have we ever seen them work? They don't understand the power and how it works and what happens. Meanwhile, the Dems are in the middle, taking all the stuff out of the camp they can sneak away with. Now, this is the only thing that gives me some hope that it might be different. The High Priestess is reversed, which means there's something we don't see yet who's going to come out of the left field. And then It is not the Five of Pentacles. We're not caught out in the snow, freezing to death. Something happens. So let me see if it's going to be. Remember, we've gone a week without a budget because they'll still pay. There's certain things that still get paid, but I'm going to ask if we're going to have a budget by April.
Yeah, I think it's delayed here. The original talk, and I clarified. I think they do come together like an arbiter, and then there's an end. King of Swords, my Four of Wands community card, public service, and then the Death card. So some leader, King of Swords, basically comes in and says enough of this nonsense, and we're gonna pass something. But my Hermit card is delays too.
Yeah, but it's going to be there's going to be a real budget there. It shows that they're really going to they're going to find out that can't strip things down. There's going to be a huge tower moment that just says you got to do this. They're not the Knight of Pentacles is a good planning night, so the plan's going to be very flawed because it's going to have too many fingers in the pot. And it's going to be a heavy burden. And I tell you, where I see that burden is Republicans going back and explaining to their constituents why they didn't get them all this stuff, that they wanted. And no one's going to be able to explain what's going on with the budget to anybody. So, especially the woman who is a new Washington correspondent, the sort of press person who doesn't know how to spell the word correspondence. That's good.
So yeah, expect a delay on the budget.
Okay.
Go with the fat felon for a couple of them.
Okay.
I call him Felon Musk.
Well, his name is Felon if you just put an F in front of the E.
Yep. The way he runs around. Okay. What's going to happen to Felon with his interferences in Europe?
I unsubscribed from one of my YouTube kitty channels because they ran this thing yesterday about how Elon Musk came in and saved this truly overweight cat. I mean, the cat was 30 pounds. It was a truly overweight cat. But I'd seen the story before. Somebody just edited it up and put Elon Musk holding the cat. It was AI. And I wrote him back. I said, I kind of think a lot of you cat people are charlatans anyway, but I know you are. So unsubscribe. And I reported it to YouTube as fraudulent because it was repeat information they'd put out before with a totally different cast of characters. But they making Elon swept in when he saw the pitiful state of this poor cat.
There you go, Cece. Felonia. We'll go with that one. Felonia Fusk.
Oh, dear. Ooh. Well, that's wonderful. Yes, they're going to come after him for complete change and transition for him. He may be the one we see standing out in the cold, the Five Pentacles outside the church. And all the governments are in agreement on this. And I don't know what the U.S. is going to ultimately do. He's not going to be able to go retreat from the fight. He's going to have to stay in it. And it's going to make him not our magic Knight of Wands going in and running everything. So it's going to distract him. Because if they prove he's a felon, they can pull all the contracts they have with him too.
In the past, Elonia thought he had it going on. You wanted to charge in there and set up shop and everything, make it his way. I got Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles. Past position. So he thought he could just ride right in that Nine of wands makes me look like there's riding in there with his wand, and I can do whatever I want and be that knight. And then the current position, I get the star, the sun, and 7 of wands. That feels like the EU standing up.
Yeah, my Knight of Wands, where you showed up, he was reversed at the end of this. So
7 of wands has got this guy.
yeah, I know the one stealing.
They're fighting back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's come to light what he's done, and they're not going to ruin their hope, their future. Moving forward. Ooh. Chariot, 5 of swords, and 4 of swords. They're shutting down Elon.
Cool.
We're not gonna take care of this. You know, the chariot is taking charge of a situation, standing tall. The chaos, Elonia, created with the 5 of swords, and they're gonna shut him down.
Right.
And the end. Temperance, we wait. 6 of cups. It feels like it's an ongoing thing with him. 4 of cups. And then the 10 of wands. So there ain't no charging I'm seeing here.
No, they're going to take his stuff.
They're just going to make it burdensome for him.
Mm-hmm.
Slow roll. Because I got 4 of cups and temperance are basically waiting cards. You know, patience, thinking over things.
But I'd be happy if they distracted him.
Yeah, but they're not going to let him get away with anything. But
yeah.
I don't see an international court type of charge. They're just going to basically kick him out. And then the bottom of the deck, I got better leaders with the King of Cups.
Yeah, my bottom of my card was the Ace of Wands, which is, you know,
better new beginning. Yeah, good. They're just gonna kick that schmatzy guy out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do things to, you know, make sure he doesn't have influence. It doesn't feel like. That's a good question. Liz has quite a few good questions. Get to them. Okay, there's another one of him. I wanted to, we got the treasury. Oh, that one. What was that other one?
About which she asked if
Well, there's treasury, but there was something else.
Stock market crash.
No, I wanted to stay on a couple with Elon.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I didn't start. Where was that one? Well, let's go with the treasury then. Did Elon sabotage Boeing?
No, Boeing sabotaged Boeing. I know people who work for Boeing. Thank you.
No, I did hear something or read something that there was something with Boeing and Elon. I can't remember what it was. But okay. The vault of Musk and the treasury. Okay, what deck wants that? Musk and his minions.
Mm-hmm.
What will be the result? Musk and his minions getting into treasury. Getting into the treasury.
I get it's not gonna. It's gonna be a whole lot of flurry about nothing. We shouldn't be worried about it. Got the 9 of Swords reversed. That there are people in there that will sort of keep him away from the keys of the kingdom. He doesn't have if he was a brilliant money manager, I'd worry about it, but he's not. You know? And I see them, nobody wants them near their money. And at the end, remember we saw the high priestess before?
Yeah.
It's going to show up. Stuff that's unknown is going to show up, but it's going to be, that will not be to his benefit. It's not what he's going to find.
Yeah. When I was shuffling, my guides would say things are secure.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, they weren't searching for like data on the people. It was more about the processes of payments, where they can stop certain things, like the payments to certain things. It's all about cutting. I don't feel like it was, like theft.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more, and like getting into the Social Security system. It doesn't feel like that. So I get the Queen of Cups, King of Wands, and Nine of Swords. That's in the past. I think this feels like the people's frustrations, just the chaos he's creating with this Doge thing. I mean, I think this is us.
Mm-hmm.
Worrying over things that we have no control over, and I don't think it affects us. The current Six of Swords, Chariot, Seven of Wands. I think our system is being defended here.
Mm-hmm.
Six of
You know
Swords.
what it may be defended by more than anything else? Its
What's
own
that?
inability to move.
Whose ability? What? Sorry?
Its own inability to move or find things. Have you ever tried to find something from inside the federal government?
Yeah, I'm sure that's hard.
It's a challenge. I used to pay federal taxes. It's a challenge.
Mm-hmm. So calming over troubled waters, the Chariot, it's movement, but it's like there's victory over a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Seven of Wands is overcoming a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's safe. Moving forward, the Sun, everything will be revealed, the Strength, and Queen of Pentacles. Our money is safe. Our money, our systems, everything is safe with those three cards. Those are powerful cards.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sun and Strength together, no, we're safe.
Like I said, if he knew anything about money really and how it flows through those systems, we might be in trouble. But he doesn't know nothing about nothing. So
Yeah. And my outcome cards are Page of Wands, the things we hear in the news, the Moon are deceptive, Ace of Cups is security, and Ten of Pentacles is the money contentment.
yeah,
I think it's just an outrage we don't need to worry about.
I think it's a piece that was put out there and sounds like, we should view him more like the Hamburglar than anything else.
Even though they're causing chaos and whatnot, you would think, but with the interim AG being such a clown, he obviously won't charge Elon with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're still safe. I don't think what they're doing it's more of an outrage than we should need to believe.
They just want to scare us and think, oh, that's not safe either.
He is out of control, Liz. Who's going to push back on Elon here in the States? State AGs will, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he can come down Texas and do what he wants. Our attorney general wants to sue Costco to force them. I know.
I see that.
To force them not have their diversity things in their employment contracts. And Costco's already facing a strike this week, so it doesn't need any more help.
Okay, I think we covered Elon. Okay. Yeah, a lot of questions were about Elon and the Treasury. I think we're okay there.
Yeah. That's why they put it out there. It scares you. Who's in the bank? Who's taking all the money? So you're not looking at all the other crap they're doing.
Okay. I think this will be the last one with Elon that I have starred and whatnot.
Is that like Boeing? Is that supposed to have an E in it?
Boeing aircraft.
Okay.
I did see some report or read something. I don't remember, but let's just see what it means.
Does that mean
Because they have similar products, you know, for the space race and space race.
Mm-hmm. Well, whose product put the astronauts up there that can't come home?
Elonia.
Yeah. I have a friend who once a week posts on Facebook how many days our astronauts have been trapped in space. But it's a good point. You know, if the papers were writing that up, then there would be no sabotaging Boeing. I'm going to ask if it's going to be successful. Because I'm sure he sabotages everything he can touch.
Oh, bless you, Jennifer. Thank you for your donation. So kind.
I got his sabotage is not going to be successful. He's trying to be the hermit at the top of the mountain and tell people how to do it. But then I got no. And they're all strong no's. 9 of coins reversed. And he doesn't know how to plant the crop. He doesn't know how to bring it in. And my question was, will he be successful? And it was not.
Yeah, I think there was some kind of sabotage or something. He wanted contracts over besides Boeing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got 5 of swords,
Mm-hmm.
5 of cups, and Knight of swords. I think he wanted Boeing to lose contracts or something. Money losses. You know, 5 of 5 is all about losses here. And the Knight of Swords has caused some chaos. I think he wanted contracts to come to him, so I think there was some kind of plan. 8 of Pentacles is hard work to get paid. Hangman. He was delayed in that respect. That Hangman. And then 2 of Swords is which chaotic way can I go? The outcome was the moon, so he was using deceptive tactics. 3 of Pentacles, it could be a way of getting contracts. 3 of Wands, overseas or otherwise, could be the moon, you know, going up. But then I had the Death card. He was shut out. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, according to this, yeah, he did try to sabotage and lose contracts or some way.
Somebody got in between. Some wiser person got in.
I think so.
And I also saw him trying to come in through foreign contracts, and it didn't work. That's the 3 of Wands is overseas trade. So
he's a narcissistic ketamine addict that thinks he can control the world.
Takes enough of that stuff, he won't be able to control his own bladder. So.
Okay. More Cheetolini questions. Let's use my deck.
Oh, I don't think the bunnies want to kill off Trump either. So we're going to do.
Okay. Well, we all know impeachment will never happen unless Republicans gain a stone or two. Okay. What will happen?
I'm going to ask if he's going to make it a year. Because I
Yeah,
don't care how he goes.
there's another question someone had about Arlene asks, some see Orange One and JD being arrested this week. What do you see? And then someone else asked about timing. Where was it? Some are saying he's gonna not make it 4 years. Others say he is. So there's a lot of weird reads out there. Okay.
What I got is he's not going to be around for a year no matter what the circumstances are. But he's going to be hung the whole time. He's not going to be able to move and do the things he wants to do.
True, Patricia. He won't.
I have my nose are the 10 of Wands
Okay.
and the King of Cups, which he shows up as sometimes, a reversed. And the Fool reversed, he can't take any motions to make things happen. And he's not the ruler. So
Whoa.
I don't like being caught up in other people's nightmares, but
Okay. In the past position, I get the Ace of Cups, my Hierophant card, and the Five of Swords.
Okay.
A lot of conflicts. I mean, the government is supposed to be a source of happiness and whatnot, and they've made it just to be a source of conflict and chaos. Betrayals.
To pit one against the other.
The votes would never be there to impeach currently. So my Seven of Coins feels like that's voting or taking access to impeachment, taking the vote. The stress and burdens involved, and then Seven of Cups, you're delusional to think the Republicans would stand up to do it. In the end, Queen of Swords, the Sun, and Death. He's not going to make it 4 years. And this feels more like a literal than a the Green Reaper coming, more than ending it with an impeachment. The Sun is light, hope, miracles. The Queen of Swords is a dark and bitter type of woman in this situation. It could be the law, but yeah. Oh, I'm going to go with death. Death over impeachment.
Yeah.
Okay. Super sticker. Thank you, Carrie. Claudia, blessings. Okay. Kind of the same round, but Arlene asked about some see the Orange One and Davy arrested.
By whom?
Yeah, that's what I like to know. By whom? Five Eyes coming in and arresting him. A.G. Paxton gonna have him arrested. Ken Paxton has all those stones. He can do it, right?
Well, then he gets to go along with them because once they're out of the way, he goes to jail.
Yeah, I wonder if the feds are still looking into him or that get dropped. Okay, Orange and JD.
I don't believe it, but my cards say yes.
What?
Says the King of Cups upside down. Maybe Melania turned him in because the Empress is right. It's to seek balance. It's got to do with money. And even though it happens, all the other movement afterwards doesn't happen quickly. Those cards befuddle me, but I will tell you what I read.
Okay.
Maybe in an alternate universe. Everybody keeps saying we're on 2 different timelines.
Oh,
If they're going to get arrested in my timeline.
yeah, it almost feels inevitable. Okay. We have things going on that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
In the past here, Page of Swords, patience, waiting to make a decision on something, and then an oh crap moment card with struggles, problems, some kind of ruin. Something didn't happen in a timely moment. So maybe the election, maybe investigation. So whatever investigations or actions were taken may have waited too long or didn't get what they needed. So we're on a timeline of patience and waiting. In the future, moving forward here, I do have Eight of Swords, the imprisonment card. Trust the universe. And we'll have some unity, some public notice about it.
Yeah, I asked again, and it said yes once again. It said they were going to get. It said that you're right. The tower didn't happen when it should have, and somehow it's a woman who's doing this.
Ouchie.
And the out card is it's the end of our nightmares.
Crazy.
I know this. Thank you, who's ever tuned into that, Arlene, because, of course, my whole life now is watching Antique Road Trip, and I'm in season 20, and they have 28, so it's got to end soon, or I'm running out of stuff to do.
So, my out cards and my final is the Moon. Behind the things we don't know about. Wishes fulfilled, and justice happens. Justice, judgment comes upon them. If I had, I'm gonna move my cards around. If I had these three together, I would say definitely. They would be arrested or some serious consequences. But the Eight of Swords was moving forward, not an outcome position for how I do it. So it's an upcoming event, but we may hear things about justice happening. And I got two cards of moving or like patience and evaluating the situation.
Well, I just did
this feels like a 50-50 thing, a timing. Whatever's going to happen, we're going to have our wishes fulfilled of justice. But to me, it's like it could happen or it could happen later.
I said I'm going to do a random pull. Are these readings right? I got the Sun.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll go with you.
So it's Sunday.
Yeah, somewhere in this universe, this could happen. But to me, it feels like our first toss, the weekly, I had a greater chance next week in our first toss of something like this, or some kind of justice happening.
Okay. Now that
That is crazy.
Now that we've thrown a whole new layer of chaos.
Wow.
I promise I'll turn my phone notifications back on if that happens.
Will Washington lead the Union to join Canada?
No,
No,
that's okay. That's what Alaskans are saying. You know, don't make the Canada 52nd state, just to align them with us so that we want to go align with Canada, become part of Canada so we can get the free healthcare and stuff. So.
Carrie's asking about water supply in California. Mess it up.
No,
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Newsom's people, whatever organization, and they're going to get more aggressive. To have 45's people to stop messing with crap. Yeah, it'll calm down, but California's government's got to get a little more serious about stopping the nonsense. Let's do like 3 to 5 cards, whatever you think.
Okay.
So Arlene was going with her last question about possibly being arrested or whatever. Does it have anything to do with
NATO? A foreign.
Yeah. I'm just thinking 3 or 5, whatever you think. That's what you usually do, but I'm not going to do a full spread. Is it foreign? Is charges whatever related to foreign sources for these two?
I got no. But the information is coming from foreign sources.
Yeah, there's coordination. So 3 of Wands is that overseas type of card looking outward. And then I have documentation or whatever, assistance. And then the 5 of Swords is that betrayal card. So I didn't get a Chariot or strength card or anything like that of substance to make it feel like, yeah, they're riding in, they're going to do something. But yes, there is coordination with documentation, or maybe some assistance. But to me, it doesn't, what's on the bottom? Yeah, there's cooperation overseas, like a Five Eyes or whatever, or NATO or whatever. On the bottom, I got my Empress card.
Well, Smith is back in the international court.
But yeah, there's assistance and help from overseas, but or even any of the night cards may give you that impression of them riding in to save the day kind of thing. But no, it's just assistance or spying or helping out. I had other 3 cards above that with the King of Coins. Well, that's usually the signifier for the orange Titolini. Stress and burdens, the 10 of Wands, and then the 5 of Coins. So there is chaos overseas. There is problems and struggles and burdens of what he's done. And I think there's documented proof with this card of what assistance they have done. But I've never really sensed it was anything to do with NATO taking 45 down or anything like that. I've seen a lot of people giving hope to the interference report from Canada last week. They
And
just
then they kept out the best parts. Yeah.
said, yeah, there was interference, but it didn't change our elections. It was about
Mhm.
their elections and what happened. Oh, Bibby's coming. I don't think he would be able to come to the States.
Bibi? Netanyahu?
Yeah. According to Rose, Bibby's coming. I thought he was invited, but I don't think he can even come. I think the ICC's got an arrest warrant for him.
Has Trump really, or I'm going to look this up on the phone before I even say it.
Hey, Yogi. Barabos. Rose says she heard a rumor.
Mm-hmm. The only thing more dangerous than reading the news is hearing a rumor, and they're kind of the same thing.
Monica said he is flying here.
We are having airstrikes in Somalia, by the way. We're using our planes.
Did you see a notice or anything that if Netanyahu's coming?
Okay.
I thought you said you were searching.
I was reading on Somalia. I didn't know about that.
Oh. Yeah, is Netanyahu scheduled or will he make it here? Oh, okay. Thanks, Alexandra. Yeah, I do remember that now. Baby's worried.
Yep, he's heading to the U.S. 2 hours ago. Published in the Chicago Tribune.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
No, Rose, he won't get arrested when he steps off the plane.
In the past, he is anxiety ridden about his prosperity. And then my hermit of taking precautions. Moving forward here, I got the Queen of Swords, the Magician, and Ace of Swords. My creator is the master of all things, Magician. Queen of Swords. What does the Queen mean? The Ace of Swords. Those are protection cards to me, it feels like. And then my outcome is protection. Empress and the Eight of Swords. Not arrested. I mean, usually I look for the arrested card of Eight of Swords, right?
If they treat him like he's a diplomat, they won't.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. He should be, but he's got
diplomatic immunity.
But he's got protection.
Someone's finding it very hard to uphold their New Year resolution to be a more joyful person. I can't imagine why.
Oh, the news gets me crazy. And I go, oh my God. But then I just step back and say, I have faith.
Right.
I will stay on the high side of vibratory love.
Yeah, and the other problem, kids, is when you have to Google the news to see if it's really happening. Because it feels like it's coming out of the Onion. I mean, I would hate to be the editor of the Onion. How could you possibly write that? I mean, they do it every day, and it's like what they do. It's like yesterday they posted that the Center for Disease Control no longer has any information on it about HIV. And so I posted on my Facebook page, the CDC is now the Center for Disease Chaos. It's got nothing to do with control. If it's not.
These people.
Yep, this is one we can kind of I know this is there, and
Oh, correct, Kathy D. It's a never-ending Saturday Night Live skit.
mhm.
Yeah, a few people in Kansas got tuberculosis.
It's Kansas City, Kansas, not Kansas City, Missouri.
Correct. That's what I heard too.
Yeah, because I checked because of Terry. Terry's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, okay. There you go, Alexandra. Fact check everything.
Whose facts? Where do you check?
Oh, there's a few. NPR or Intercept, they seem to be decent.
Yeah, they're working on it in Kansas City, but it's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely with the cards I got in the past. Yeah, this was highly unexpected. Chaotic. I got a Tower, 5 of Wands, and the King of Swords. So yeah, that was like, whoa. The King of Swords can be doctors. You know, they're leaders, intelligent. But yeah, crazy. The news came out.
Thank you, Claudia. Blessings.
Doing all the protection stuff, and they will have protection there. And in the end, the Empress, my Empress star. So there's hope and faith. Ace of Cups, good health and treatment. And Queen of Coins, resources to do it. So I think it's contained.
I think it's going to be contained. I don't think they were ready for it by any manner of means.
Who would expect it? Oh yeah, PBS is always good.
Yeah, but they wanted, that's the other thing that's this week, the Republicans want to defund PBS. And in my journey through life, I worked for PBS, and I was at PBS when Nixon tried to defund them. And that was before the Watergate hearings. Boy, he really wishes he had, because we ran them in prime time so people could really see them. But we had a couple of very wealthy industrialists in Dallas who really, really liked PBS. So they went and they put their money and their power behind promoting it. So
okay.
We had another donation from Carrie. Thank you.
Okay. The Chinese AI, huge impact on the industry of AI. Was it deliberately released to start? No. That was, they were working on it.
I'm going to ask if DeepSeek is what the Chinese are telling us, because I've read or heard or spoken with someone about how DeepSeek may be a Chinese wish dream thing. I mean, they've created another AI source, but until it's been really tested out, nobody knows how good it is. And we're going by what they say. And as Sean will tell you, who grew up for his teen years and into college on Guam. If you live in Asia, you don't trust Chinese. They never tell you the truth about anything.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's going to be better. It's going to cause them to have some worries. But what they did is they stole almost all of it from all the AI that was out there, which, from my understanding of people who do this stuff, which I do not do, although I have a degree in computer science, I don't understand any of this stuff. They're fooling us. They're trying to say it was their initial thing, but it doesn't hold up. They don't have the strength to prove that. It'll get better over time. They're going to be lauded and applauded and brought in, unless the other guys that are out there competing with them can prove it's not true. But it was just born out of there just to cause trouble. What'd you get?
From what I read is that I read articles about it when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing, I text Danny and showed him about this, and he said he was going to look into it. He's got a friend that worked with Microsoft AI.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to text him and ask him. I never heard back of what he said from the industry.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it was basically like college kids or newbies, whatever, were tasked to create an AI. Now, they did use parts of OpenAI or something.
Well, their whole thing's open, theoretically, so anybody can go in and look at their stuff. Yeah.
But whatever, open is like...
It's what everybody knows how to do. It's basic. It's the coding that...
Well, something is... What do you call it?
They don't have...
So like you have different things and you file with the government for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is mine, right? So one of them I seen we're gonna maybe try to sue because they use some of their coding or whatever to start it up. But technically, AI is stealing data from like an encyclopedia, punching it all in and using a brain to bring it all together.
Right.
So you're taking stolen data, putting in, so it's, you know, you think it should be free because it's data that's already out there, but this AI mind is bringing it all together for best information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or stealing images to create a person, you know, within AI or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what I get here is it's going to be a good thing because the money put into it was crazy. It's going to make it more free and available than, you know, like a charging fee or whatever. The intelligence is going to cause chaos, but make it more money friendly. I mean, when you see all the money they blew into it, you know, it's kind of like you have a new company, let's say Yahoo, and the stock goes to 100 billion.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy and nuts, and it shouldn't be that way. And then reality hits, and then it gets to normal. This feels like it's a good thing to bring it back to reality of what they were trying to create.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the furor. The people who run the books don't know anything about this part of their business. Trust me, I have a child that's in the keeping them safe in this part of their business. And she says they know nothing about what they're looking at. So they all panicked and said, "Oh my God, well, it's not any different. It's what it was." So it was just...
Steve, humans still do better work than AI. in a sense. I mean, you can get your answers quicker with AI or whatever, but manipulation is always there.
AI makes you look over your shoulder more. I use Chat GPT to write my little blurbs for my YouTube because I'm an old lady and I'm tired of writing. And I I put in something, and it was about a person who's going to visit my show again. And when it typed up my answer, it said, "Oh, da 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 visited you on your show on this day." That made me think twice. What the? I mean, why the hell would they look at my Weasley little shows to get 1,000 something views? You know,
Oh, it knew what day.
it knew the date, it knew the topic. It said, "Are you changing the topic from this?" I'm like,
That's crazy.
I mean, that really gave me a look over my shoulder moment. And that's when my youngest said, "That's the problem with it. You know, it knows so much more than you think it does." It's like having a precocious child inside your computer.
What's the future of social media? Which social media will going to survive?
YouTube. YouTube. We love YouTube.
Yeah. Like people on TikTok, I check out, they're all trying to move over to YouTube because tech is getting censored so badly and people are getting strikes for nonsense. And
Oh, that never happens on YouTube. Oh, come on over. It never happens.
every mean word, even like dumb, is censored and you'll remove a comment.
Not
Like
about.
I've had just commenting on something I get frustrated at. It's like someone was doing a video on Elon,
Mm-hmm.
and all I did was type in, "God, he's so dumb," and I got my comment removed because I said dumb. It's like you can't hardly use anything.
Apparently, you can do better in YouTube.
And I guess you only get 4 strikes and your account is banned. So it's pretty strict. It's crazy. So I'm going to toss some cards on the future of social media.
I'm going to ask if a new form's going to show up.
God, it's so hard to break in.
Not if everybody gets that frustrated and somebody decides to. Problem is having the infrastructure to take care of all the.
Like people are talking about blue sky, and move over to the safe space or whatever. And it's got like 30 million people using on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have the infrastructure and tools like a Twitter does. Twitter,
Well, don't mention that word to me. Twitter, I quit. I was in it 1 week and left.
I mean, I like it because I can get my news quick, and you can notify from the certain people or the certain reporters, and you don't have to see the nonsense, except the trolls commenting. Yes, Kathy D, you can set up new accounts within TikTok. Many have 2 and 3 accounts. Okay. Future of
I saw. Yes, something's in the works, but it's gonna wait till it gets big and until it gets strong enough. So, and it's something that already exists. It's going to expand. So.
Something new. Well, we see how well Untrue Social's doing. I can't believe it's still going, losing millions.
Not. It's being funded by people who
losing millions every month.
Who like to just take their dollar bills and run them through the disposal.
Okay. Social media in the past. Social media started out in the past as a good thing. Kind of like the way Facebook first started, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
It's family pictures and funny stuff and jokes. I remember for years, I don't remember anything political or anything nonsensical. You know, when it first started, say
Mhm.
King of Wands, King of Cups, the Magician. Started out as a good thing.
Mhm.
And then, let's see, which. Okay. Now it's all Seven of Cups. Illusions, delusions, whatever you can do for me. And then the Eight of Cups. That's usually walking away, but what else can the Eight of Cups represent? I'm trying to remember.
It means picking up the skills and talents you have and moving on, but not taking the whole burden, not taking the whole library of what you've learned. You pick out what you're going to go with and move on.
Okay, yeah, I get it now. Yeah, they're shifting priorities. They're going where the money is and not the proper content. That's what it is. Moving forward with social media, Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, and Two of Wands. Money, money, money. Whatever secret dealings we can do to create more money in partnerships. This little guy, he's got this wand and he's also got the world in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my wand wherever the world's going to take me. And it's going to be secret dealings so no one can know. Future. Knight of Wands. Seven of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. That's three knights. In between a deceiver card. I don't know where to go with this. So there's three this is coming up with like three entities.
Mm-hmm.
Three knights. You have the powerful one, you got the lighthearted one, you got the slow-moving one that'll create you money. Technically, TikTok here is the money maker if it stays, but then you got the deceiver. So there's different entities that are going to be around, but there's still going to be deceivers there. This is Twitter X to me. Deceiver. It doesn't really tell me what the future is. It's still going to be there. You know, and there's going to be different entities where people need to gravitate to. But I think that lies and deception are still going to be there. You know, this current throw doesn't say there's going to be government overreach.
If someone writes something, they're going to have unless you have it written by AI, which was programmed with someone with no prejudices, no matter where you get your stuff from, there's going to be a prejudice to it. So it's,
you know, like, I think Elon's got a troll farm using AI. They don't have hundreds of thousands of people creating fake posts. There's AI bots now.
right.
You can have a computer program or whatever, set up hundreds of thousands of social media posts or profiles.
Terry and I got one on Monday, and they were pushing someone's book. And they had a picture and they had a different handle on it, but basically it read the same verbiage. And when I went back and was checking my comments and rereading them, they were in there too. And I just blocked all of them from being any part of my channel because I know they're not real people. It's like when the election happened and the readers that were very, very political, some of them lost 7,000 to 10,000 subscribers overnight. Now, I don't think 7,000 people all got up at 2 a.m. and said, gee, I don't want to watch this anymore. I mean, it happens much more gradually than that. And that was just the bots. That's the numbers they built up from bots. So apparently you and I aren't interesting, Scott, because that didn't happen to us.
Yeah. I don't know what goes on. I don't care about the numbers. I just happened to look at it because I was having some issues creating this stream, and I happened to go to YouTube Studio, and last I actually looked, I've lost like 250 people. So,
And those may be political bots that have finally dropped off.
could, or no one likes me anymore.
Not true. Not true.
Could be.
What's going on with domestic air safety? Do people realize that when Reagan broke Patco in his reign of terror, every person he was complaining they were making too much money for sitting in a chair watching a radar screen. Well, in order to become an air traffic controller at that time, I don't know what the criteria is now. You had to have a pilot's license and a commercial pilot's license. You had to know what the guy sitting in that place. Patco guys would come. I worked at American Airlines at the time. Patco guys would come and train in our little simulators so that they knew what the pilots were looking at when they were trying to give them orders on how to divert from something. It's not just that they go out and they find anybody. You got to have the credentials. And even if you retire as a pilot, there's a brief period of time where you could become an air traffic controller. And then their criteria became, nope, if you can't fly the plane, you can't tell the plane how to fly. So what's going on with domestic air safety? Who knows? I think those accidents were pure accidents. I don't think they were, except for the one where I found out a guy was watching two radars, one far radar and one close in. That would make you nuts. I've been up in the air traffic controller tower. I couldn't do that job. I mean, I can't hardly lay 5 cards and keep it straight. So, think about it.
Yeah. It is crazy and stressful, but the 3 cards I get is safety.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Coins, and the Chariot. So obviously that's air travel.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wheel of Fortune suggests it's okay. And then the other 3 cards I pulled are basically, these were just freak accidents.
Mm-hmm.
The Moon, 7 of Cups and 5 of Wands. It is chaotic. I think it has to do with chaotic situations, but everything was just an accident. But yeah, I sense they are stressed. Not enough people helping out. Kathy D mentioned about the people that were fired and whatnot. It doesn't trickle down that quick to the person in the control. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Just because your head is fired doesn't mean the guy doing the job a couple days later, or
Now, call me in 2 years about wanting to fly in an airplane when they've got people who have their GEDs. Like we have GEDs running Congress.
True. But yeah, they need to do something better here. But it is chaotic. But when the people on the ground know what they're doing, they've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this guy. I mean, from my original senses, and you were saying too. I mean, it was an accident. These were accidents. And I found this this pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Posted the traffic control
Mm-hmm.
and the cockpit reporting, or the tower talk at the same time, when he went through everything that happened and explained. And it confirmed my, senses and whatnot. Like the one in DC, there was three planes lined up to come in.
Mm-hmm.
All was getting in line to come in. The one that was hit had to change to a different. So what he sees is that when they were talking, the helicopter was seeing the plane that was landing, not the one coming behind. Because he mentioned twice in the recording, the tower saying, "Do you have visual?" And twice the helicopter said, "Yes, I have visual." Oh yeah, Captain Steve. Thank you, Cece. Yeah, it's Captain Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, I have visual. And then it wasn't but 30 seconds later, boom, they hit. And from what his angle and what he's saying is that the helicopter was seeing that first plane landing, not the one coming right behind.
Right.
So yeah. And I never sensed like there was some conspiracy to kill people.
Why? I mean, that does not help your job.
I know. I heard everything from craziness that, you know, like weapons were used to distract the helicopter. AI was used to control the helicopter. All kinds of crazy stuff. Elon set this up to cause a distraction, and people are nuts. Maybe it's bots. I don't know. But no, these are just plain accidents. Yeah, he did the other video in the Pennsylvania one. He thought it was an engine stall, which made it just go straight down. Because it was only in the air like 30 seconds and then getting up and it just went.
Well, my best friend from kindergarten was one of the first women who became a commercial airline pilot. It's not as easy a job. I mean, she couldn't imagine doing anything else because she loved to fly. And her mother flew. Her mother was in the Women's Air Force in World War II. So
FDIC, let's see, 126. That's right. I heard that too. They want to get rid of FDIC. Our money that's protected in the bank.
that's right.
Good Lord.
No, he won't get rid of it. I just got a big fat no, so don't even put a card down. You can do your
3 cards, no. Ace
Yeah.
of Swords is there. Queen of Cups is protection. Page of Wands, it's just more nonsense. A lot of the stuff 45 in administration does is nonsense. It just,
Mhm.
you know,
It's just smoke.
fill the air with toilet trash.
Mhm.
I thought it's 250,000. Is it 100,000 or 250,000?
It's 250,000.
Yeah, I thought so. That's that last I remembered. Ew. No. I don't want Hegseth doing anything.
No, it's chasing some poor woman around a desk.
Yeah, pretty much, Amy. We got crypto bros trying to run the government.
Mhm. And I don't care how maybe out of my generation crypto is. I don't trust money when it's got gold bars and a bank behind it. So I don't understand anybody that would say some guy sent a guy a message on a computer and it got there. I don't like PayPal for that very reason.
Okay. There's other questions that starred, but I think we'll just try to get her done at 1:30.
Yes, because today's Sean's last day in Texas.
Cool.
I have to go say goodbye.
Well, let's bring some inspiration light in.
Okay.
What focus do we need to get for the week? Middle. And this one.
I'm going to do two. I'm going to do angels and auras and raise your vibrations.
Thank you for joining, Evelyn. Blessings always.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything. Go over and hit the subscription button.
Okay.
Scott never bothers you with things being posted, but I do.
Now, pretty much a weekend warrior unless someone asks me for something on the week. So I got two from my extraterrestrial oracle and then two from this deck. Remember, folks, the divine feminine has your back.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in unconditional love, and then we can transition to a higher dimension.
Yeah, we never thought the boys would go slow easily, so just saying.
Remember to stay in light. Stay in the divine feminine. Chaos never continues. Of course, with this kind of administration, it may drag on. Okay. And then I got two from this deck. Queen of Swords and Five of Swords. Letting go of people and things that no longer serve you. Walk away from dishonest associations. Okay. What I get from these two is like, use your intuition, use your senses, use your body to feel in any situation, to get through the nonsense of lies, deceit, or someone trying to take something from you, to walk away. Whether, let's say it's YouTube. You were watching someone, you really thought they were great, and all of a sudden it's like, what? Am I missing something here? Just end the live or whatever. You don't like that situation. You don't like what you're hearing. Just click away and stay in light. It's personal relationships. It's whatever it is. Just walk away. It's better for your mental health. It's better for your sanity. The Queen of Swords is also about being strong and self-sufficient. But yeah, it's the message is staying in light. Your turn.
Okay, 1 second. I have to find the page. This is the weirdest book. It's a good book, but it's a weird book. I feel like I'm back in church because you have to go look up the card name and then go find the page number. Here we go.
Thank you, Kathy D. Huggins.
Okay. All right. For the first card I pulled for us to have wisdom today, it's a cool one. It's Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel means the light and the fire of God. It's traditionally presented with the scroll in one hand and a flame in the other. That's because Uriel is known as providing brilliant epiphanies for those of us who ask for his assistance. He offers those amazing ideas for us truly pursuing life paths. Gold is the color of independence and thought. Gold energy stimulates ideas and brings forth new insights. So that's one of the messages for the coming week. This is the one that you have to read like a church book. This is, truth is my teacher. Before you were in this life and before you were in this body, you chose to come to earth. Not everything was set out for you, but you did let the you did come with intention that you would leave the world in a better state than you found it. That is why, ever since you were young, you've searched for meaning and wanted to understand the greater mysteries of life. It's why you've spent time asking big questions, developing your intuition, and opening up the universe for your spiritual practice. Let your truth reveal your purpose. Those are my thoughts for you for the week.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So,
Stay out of the chaos.
yeah, find something to laugh at. I found some shows I found are funny, and I'll watch them, and occasionally the laughter can break through. And
Yeah.
I have a show with Terry on Monday, I think, and it's on. Everybody who's in this conversation want to come up and watch it. It's about chaos.
Breaking out of the chaos.
Mm-hmm. And then I
Find,
have
find joy somewhere.
find joy. That's one way to do it. Or sit down if it bugs you that bad. Sit down and cry about it. You'll feel so much better afterwards.
Oh yeah. Cry is a release.
Mm-hmm.
If you're retired, go like my Nancy's mom that lives with us. She goes to plays cards once a week with her retired friends.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes knitting. Sometimes goes to knitting things.
Look what I have, Scott.
What is that? Dragon?
It's a dragon.
Cecil Jr.?
It's Cecil Jr. and he comes in his own egg. That's something to laugh about. That's why I put him on my desk. He's something fun to play with.
Nice.
Too serious. It doesn't mean we don't take it seriously. It just means
let it. Got your egg.
You've got my egg. You got the heart.
The heart chakra egg.
Mm-hmm. We all take care.
Kathy D plays trivia, art, reading, hiking. Pam listens to stories. There you go, Arlene. Yes. Focus on the divine plan.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll work out the way it's supposed to. But no, I don't believe our crazy one is gonna make it 4 years.
I think he's going to teach us what part of our system we need to tighten up.
And that's been going on for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to figure out how to get oligarchs out of our system.
We did one briefly, McCain Feingold, but
there you go. Yeah, there you go. Using our imagination brings in a whole new light. Just surrounding yourself in a certain bubble or a certain color, a certain feeling. Emerald green is excellent. Green is
growth,
generally money abundance, but it's also earthly.
Mm-hmm.
Emerald is associated with, is it May or Taurus?
It's May, Taurus. Emerald is my birthstone.
Yeah. That's us, right? You're in May too, right? Yeah, I thought so. So yeah.
My guides keep telling me I'll feel much better by May. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. Like Fleet Farms around here sell baby chicks. If you get, my Nancy won't let me have chickens. I've been asking her for years. In town, you can have 3 or 4 in your backyard.
Mm-hmm. I lived next door to a rooster. It's not a fun thing.
You don't need the rooster. You just need baby chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wish I could do that.
If I did it, I have about a foot out on my alley that's grass. Those chickens would be so frustrated in 2 days. I want to go to the place where they take you and hang you upside down and make you into dinner.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Have a great day, everyone. Stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
Divine Feminine will have our back. Chicken ladies bring me joy. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.